discussion deliberations which has happened, I would like to give the brief summary, sir, to you, what has been discussed and a quick gist of this summary. The event has the inaugural session which was graced by Honorable Minister of State Commerce and Industry Sri Som Prakash ji and Sri Amitabh Khan ji, G20 Sherpa, and it was really a motivating, and the way the discussion has happened. Quick summary of the discussion. The major emphasis was on globally the disruption is taking place in sunrise growth of the technology such as EV, solar, and it's a high time for India that we create our own IP lead disruptive innovations. 400% of an increase in patent grants in 7 years, and time for technological leapfrogging, and it's a high time that intellectual property office also enhance the recruitment in IPO as an imperative initiative. IP is a big source of revenue and cash flow, not just for government, for intellectual property office also, and utilizing the earnings to liquidate the pendency in priority area. So that was the quick recommendation from Sri Amitabh Khan ji, and he suggested that fix the timelines for IP processes with digital interventions and improve on the IP administration and infrastructure. IP offices should be treated as a science and technology office, and over this entire 2 days of a brainstorming, professionals have also presented their views, and few views are captured here. The major emphasis on encourage the development and deployment of a IP-driven research. That was the recommendation from the research participants who have given. And in sectors of a national priority, a fast-track patent examination need to be expedited. We have taken up this suggestion and we will be working on this, and encourage the funding to industry academia link research project delivery targeted output for society. This is something, the funding is happening, but targeted delivery for society. Set the developmental path for 10 years in the sunrise sector so that we can have a priority over the IP creation and protection deployment. Facilitate establishment of a multiple copyright society for a fair and equitable distribution of revenue generated out of the creative asset. This is something, sir, wherein the creative team have emphasized that we need the multiple societies, and then their suggestion was captured here. Encourage appropriate use of working of a patent. Here, working of a use means that we need to encourage the IP utilization on a commercial front as well, and we need to ensure that IP is benefiting to the society. On the day one first plenary session, capacity building for good governance in IP administration, major emphasis on a variety of a subject, and we could able to capture very few of them. A course of a IP for IP officers, students and professionals to gain nuance of the IP Act and legal aspect, and major emphasis which Honorable Justice Pratibha Singh ji has also mentioned, that we need the IP engineering, where the legal engineering and all across various sectors and domain specific knowledge can be offered, and they cope up with the future trends which is happening. And this is something which is most essential, as the practitioners, they need the variety of knowledge. Explore a short-term engagement of IP officers. This was the essential recommendation wherein we can cope up with the pendency, and augmenting the resource to expedite the disposal by controllers and the registrars. So this is something where the office will certainly take up the matter. provide integrated framework for IP enforcement. Here, I think we will closely work with the DPIIT. Create a special panel of IP legal experts to represent the IP offices to assess the court, wherein the technology expertise, where the court require the support from the IP offices. The second plenary was on addressing societal challenges through IP-driven science and technological development, converting the societal need into the business opportunity. This was the major recommendation. Access the societal readiness level to adopt the invention. Many a times, social innovation based startups and the GI startups also, they face the challenges wherein we need to reorient to the non-silo framework connecting the science and technology to the society and creating tangible assets from sustainable societal growth powered by continual research and innovation with relevance, decisiveness, excellence, inclusiveness, fairness in real time, and the dynamic synergy which need to be brought in. Encourage the development and implementation of a cost-effective IP solutions for the societal good, wherein few examples were also discussed. Identify and groom the knowledge entrepreneurs. This was also the major recommendation. And 5 parallel sessions happened, where in the patents, trademark, geographical indication, copyright and design, they were divided into that. And on patents, the practitioners have shared that speed up the prosecution to keep pace with the technological